Hey, what's going on, guys? And quick little video. Gotta turn on this light. There we go. I want to talk about, of course, one of the newer trades made going under the radar. Detroit and Philadelphia conducted a trade, which actually Philadelphia dipped below the luxury tax and saved some money. Philadelphia 76ers, according to my coworker, Michael Scott at hoopsite.com. KJ Martin, 2 second round picks, 2027 via Milwaukee and 2031 via Dallas. To Detroit. In doing so, Philadelphia drops below the luxury tax. So let's just get right into it. Detroit sitting at 25 and 25 are the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference. I think this is a savvy move, acquiring KJ Martin, 2 future 2nd round picks from the 76ers. Yes, this transaction not only helps the Sixers drop below the luxury tax threshold, but also provides Detroit with an athletic, high energy forward that becomes an expiring contract next year. Under first year head coach or new head coach in his first year, it's not his first time coaching, JB Bickerstaff, and a first year general manager, president of basketball operations, Trajan Langdon. The Pistons seem intent on steadily retooling their roster with young, versatile talent that fits the modern, fast-paced, defensive style play that JB likes. And I think Martin fits into Detroit's plans. So the Pistons have made a significant investment in wings, forwards over the last few drafts, with using top 5 selections on Ausar, Thompson, and Holland. Both young prospects bring length, hustle, defense, and upside to the table. And the organization's commitment to their development is evident. KJ Martin, now in his 5th season in the league, provides a more established, complementary piece will come off the bench. While Thompson and Holland are still learning the nuances and the minutia of NBA, Martin has already carved out a reputation of a high energy, above the rim finisher who can impact the game in short bursts, and even when he's locked in, can provide a little bit of perimeter defense and guard multiple positions. Although KJ Martin's minute scoring output dipped earlier in 23 to 24 with the Clippers and Sixers, his track record when he was with the Houston Rockets, I know they were a rebuilding team when he was there, but notably in 22 to 23, he averaged 13 points, 5.5 rebounds, 57% shooting in 28 minutes a night. As I think that suggests that he can be a consistent contributor with an increased role. Now, in Detroit, he's more than likely going to slot in behind Thompson and Holland in the depth chart, but will still find minutes as a versatile forward who will be able to defend multiple positions and ignite fast breaks alongside the other guys, Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr., who will probably get traded in next year or they'll leave in free agency. Now, fitting into JB Bickerstaff's system, I think he's a coach who values defensive intensity, hustle, ball movement, and relentless energy. And those are traits that elevate teams beyond the sum of their parts. And under Bickerstaff, players are expected to buy into the defensive scheme, crash the glass, and run the floor in transition. And I think KJ Martin fits that mold almost perfectly. He's a willing cutter, an explosive finisher above the rim. And he's shown flashes of being a reliable spot-up threat, although his three-point percentage still needs refinement, career 34% three-point shooter. Given that the Pistons have Black, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham, and I know Jaden Ivey's out for season, but both are guys who are good at creating open looks for others. And Martin's knack for finishing around the rim, especially off of backdoor cuts, just as a cutter, is something that I think would mesh well. And he's a guy that's going to be able to fill the fast break lanes or hover around the baseline in the dunker spot for quick drop off passes. Martin is going to be an easy outlet for those playmakers. And on the defensive end, he's shown that his quick leaping ability and willingness to contest shots on the weak side the roster that already has some pretty decent shot blockers in Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart. So Detroit's decision to absorb Martin's contract and obviously take the 2 picks as compensation is the clear strategy that Trajan Langdon wanted to use, which was use the cap space available to accumulate more talent and draft capital. And the modern roster construction teams with flexibility can help others offload salary, and I think Philadelphia needed to duck below the luxury tax while gaining rotational players, or while sending out a rotational player is the game that the Pistons get, plus the picks in return. Of course, bringing Martin onto the roster may necessitate the waiving or moving of another player to remain within the league's limit of 15 standard contracts. So that's where you start to look at the roster. I know Paul Reed is the guy who's on a short-term deal, and basically guys who are on non-guaranteed deals or one-year deals are probably going to do it, but it's a small price to pay for adding players in a pick. So another thing just to know is that is a cool storyline about how Martin's father, Kenny Martin, reportedly expressed the excitement about his son returning back home in some capacity. While Kenny Martin's own professional legacy didn't revolve around Detroit, KJ Martin's fresh start, I think just like being a guy in terms of KJ Martin being able to go somewhere where I think he's wanted to feel, because like look, KG's not from Detroit or anything, but I think going home is just like finding a home is what he meant, and I think that's a good way to put it, because, and I know Kenyon Martin Jr. isn't from there, but his dad was born in Michigan but moved to Dallas, so I actually just found that out. Either way, I think this was a good move. I've also talked about it a lot more than anybody else would, so bye.